What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? What up, world? It's your boy, the author. Right back at that ass again. Here's another one. What? Just want to make this video, man. I don't know what I'm gonna entitle this video, man. But I can call it simps who like taking up for these black women, or I can call it, beta men who take up for the bad behavior of black women, or but you get my drift, man. This is and happy holidays to you and yours and all your families out there, man. Holidays is coming up upon us, so drive safe, take care of yourself, man. 'Cause we'll be coming up on Thanksgiving. I believe it's tomorrow. Then we'll be doing Christmas and New Year's. Y'all be safe out there. But yeah, man, let me do a little holiday triple here video. I might do 3 back to back, man. But yeah, the weak black men, the weak black men out there, taking up for everything these black women do, man. I know what it is, man. Y'all just trying to get some pussy, man. Y'all just trying to get laid, man. And here it is, man. I mean, you could do that, but it's not going to help your game. You being submissive is not going to help your game. I repeat, you being submissive like that is not going to help your game. Excuse me. Now I know it's some brothers out there living with females, and I've been there, but at the same time, kissing ass and being what they call a weak male. Some people call a simp Simon, a sucker, a gump, to these women, man, just kissing their ass and pretty much, accepting every and anything they do, no matter how deplorable or disgusting it is to the treatment. Because some of you, a lot of guys out here was raised by their women. A lot of guys out here were raised by their mothers, and they live by that motto. It's always the guy's fault, which is bullshit, because humans are imperfect by nature, and females are human first before they're women. You're not a gender first. You're a human being first. Okay, gender just describes what type of human being you are. And there's nothing worse than a human being who's treated like it's perfect when it's not. So, men, it's one thing to respect women, and everybody should get respect first and foremost. And I do know throughout the history of time, the man has been very protective of the woman because she bears the children, and at the same time, in order to keep the species going, she has to reproduce. But that shit has gotten out of hand in terms of she can do no wrong, she's perfect. And you got a lot of females getting over on that shit. What I mean by that is they're doing a bunch of crap on the low. And this is all, races of females, but especially black females, because you can't hold them accountable for anything. They're the strong black woman, and they have to deal with so much, and they have to go through so much. And, they're pretty much, the spokespeople for the black race now, which totally undermines the position of the black man, which is what it was meant to do, which is why it's taking place. It's taking place. It was structured that way by design. What I mean by that is the powers that be pretty much destroyed our community, and now they have black women as the leaders of that broken community. It's and mostly the black community is matriarchy, and it's talking about trying to compete against a world that's ran in a patriarchy, a patriarchal system, which is why, quite frankly, we can't compete. But all these weak guys are talking about, oh, black men are whining. Why are black men whining? It's nothing worse than a man blaming the women for everything. Why are you guys whining? And some of these guys are black men who, first of all, they're not from America. But even if you're a black man from the islands, those women are the same way too. Um, and a lot of other women of other races have been affected by, i.e., feminism, uh, misandry, or the hatred of men throughout the planet. But it's just, the lower you are on the economic rung of the ladder, the lower you are on that economic ladder, the lower your self-esteem, the worse your behavior is going to be, i.e., why black men undergo so much pressure from, the black woman. These young black boys are being terrorized by their single, lonely black mother. I repeat, these young black boys are being terrorized by their single, bitter black mother in many cases. Not to say that there aren't women there aren't sisters out here who aren't doing their thing and raising their kids properly. Yes, they are, but they've become the minority. Those sisters who just, and then usually those sisters who those black females who did get away from the inner city, a lot of times their friends are a mixed group. They don't really hang around with too many black women, or either they just hang with themselves. They just pretty much do their own thing. But yeah, these weak black men out here, man, who are talking about, hey, man, X, Y, Z, and the third, why is our black men jumping on black women? First and foremost, if you really look at the history of how this thing started, it didn't really start happening until the late 60s, early 70s, if you do your research. And the females actually jumped on the men first. Because if you look at the history of the black history, the black man has always tried to help the black woman um, in terms of molding her. The black man gave the black woman the afro, because before that she was using the straightening comb that Madam C.J. Walker, whatever, had that was the worst thing she could have did. Come out with a straightening comb, so you could, so our black women, now they have a way to try to fix their hair, and there was nothing wrong with their hair. So that straightening naturally curly hair will destroy its roots. It will destroy the texture, and that's why a lot of our females are damn near bald without the weave. That started that whole type of thing with black females messing with their hair, feeling unconfident about their hair, feeling, rest of the race has hair that goes down their back and their hair kind of goes out, and they felt ashamed by that. But hey, like some people have said, man, if you're a queen, your crown is your hair. And if you're a queen, you don't want your crown looking like everyone else's, because you are the queen. But see, most black women don't look at things like that. They want to be like every other group, which means that's evidence of Stockholm Syndrome and a slave mind mentality, which, I mean, black men have been affected too. And I've seen skits where even some black men are getting weaves now. I've seen pictures where black men are getting the fake hair and the weaves. But the only thing about this is these black men are in the minority, not the majority. I repeat, these black men are in the minority. The black men who are getting weaves, they're not making the weave industry $1 billion industry. I repeat, the black men who are getting weaves are the few who are, and most of them were raised by auntie and mama, and there was no father or uncle or testosterone in the house. So most of those guys who do have the weaves and stuff like that, they're raised by black women, or some of them are gay men. But it's still in all, they're not making the weave industry $1 billion industry. Only black women are doing that. All right, and like I said, you don't see other races of women trying to, change their hair into an afro, or trying to, change their hair into a cotton ball so it can resemble black females' hair. White females get weaves too, Do they get hair? Do they try to get hair that resembles ours or yours? No, because they don't respect us like they don't respect you like that. But yeah, man, these black guys who are trying to say black men need to quit crying and complaining about black females. First and foremost, you should be able to talk about something that's incorrect. You know, because I mean, and now that the black female is the leader of the black community, then she stands to be the main point of ridicule. So she wanted the head seat. She has the head seat, and having a head seat doesn't go without ridicule. All right, and critique. So she's one of the only people who can have the head seat but not be critiqued. All right, and first and foremost, in terms of who black females jumped on black men first. I listened to some of the old heads too, because I mean I'm not as old. I didn't grow up in the '70s. I wasn't born until the late '70s, but I talked to some of the old heads and I've done my own research. If you do your research, you'll see that black women were calling black, and they said, "Well, why do black men call females bitches? Why do you call females bitches?" And the thing is, too, you got to understand that, listening to the old heads, black females called men dogs in the '70s and the '80s. You a dog. They were calling all men dogs. Even though they were picking the thugs and the thugs were cheating on them, they were talking about all men are dogs, X, Y, Z, even though they weren't even dating all men. Most females most females go to the same few guys. They don't want to go to all the guys. They want to go to the guy that everybody else that every other female is sleeping with. There's nothing more attractive than a man that has two or three females that want him, no matter what he looks like. That's just how the nature pool is. But they said that all men are dogs. So if black females if you're saying that all men are dogs, then if we're the male dog, you're a female dog. And if you're a female dog, then what's a female dog? A female dog is a bitch. See, and that's how you got your name. And I said, why do you keep calling us bitches? And in the '90s, when brothers was calling them bitches, we'll look back at the '70s. The brothers from the '90s are just verifying what you said. You said that your men are dogs. So, if I'm the man, I'm the dog, you my female, there ain't no way in the world you ain't going to be a bitch. But my point is that the men were jumping on, the females were jumping on the men first. For a long time, the black man did not have a voice. He had to ignore how he was being mistreated by his own woman. And I believe it was Dr. Shahrazad Ali who had a book called the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. I haven't cracked that open yet. I'm gonna do more research, but I've listened to a lot of her lectures, and she was the first black female who actually came out and actually stood up for the black man and say, "Hey, listen, you black females are damaging these young black boys, and you're being terrorizers to black men. That's why black men have left the household. That's why young black boys are turning the hatred in on themselves and killing and hurting themselves and killing each other." And that's one of the major reasons why even these black females now you see them fighting all the time. So the weak black beta men and the delta men, these weaker men who stand up for anything and everything that the black female does, they stand up for everything that the black females are doing. These guys are just weak men. Most of them are just looking to get laid. And even despite them catering to black females, they still don't get laid. So it doesn't do anything for them to kiss the black woman's ass. So she's not gonna help you out. As a matter of fact, the more you kiss her ass, the weaker you look. So this is just for the weak men out here, the weak black men especially, who are standing up for anything and everything these black females are doing, and they want to act like, certain things aren't going on. They are going on, and we have the right to speak about it. The white man speaks up about his women all the time. The Italian man speaks up against his women. I mean, why you think MGTOW has such a big following? Those aren't all black men. Men going their own way. Those are men from many different races, and the main problem they're pointing to are the problem with the attitude, the entitlement attitude of the women in the West. But it's worse the more you go down that economic ladder, and at the bottom of that ladder of these females is the black women, and black women, i.e., black women. So you can imagine if they think they're going through some, hard times, imagine what we're going through. But no one cares about the pain of young black boys. No one cares about the pain of full-grown black men. No one cares about the pain of old black men. So, and the only people who are going to speak up about it is other black men. But so that's it in a nutshell, man. I just want to say, you weak men who and some of you who come from other countries who don't know what was going on, and you're just now hearing black men rant, because the black men just started speaking out, and on YouTube. If it wasn't for the internet, the black man still wouldn't have a voice. But black men just started speaking out about the black woman, because it's gotten so bad you can't ignore it anymore. So most black men, we were ignoring it. But, in movies like Poetic Justice and a lot of other movies have pretty much catered to this poor attitude of black females. But it wasn't until about 2007 where black men started coming out. You have one or two, and now you got more. But it wasn't until about 2008, 2007 where black men started coming out and pretty much saying what they felt. And even then, certain black men were afraid to show their face, and because of retaliation that may come their way. And now that more black men are speaking out, it's not really a need for you to hide your face anymore. But you just think about that, man. In order for you to talk up and speak out against your own women, you have to hide your face. And that's what a lot of brothers had to do. In fear of a crazy black female trying to get somebody to hurt you because you're speaking up for yourself. So imagine if a brother that don't even know, a brother that is not even talking about a specific black female is afraid to show his face based on retaliation. But imagine what these brothers go through who actually live with these females, who are married to these females. Your sister, you can't say shit. So for all the weak black men, man, you're gonna fall. You've already fallen and you don't know it, and you're not helping the situation, and you're actually hurting your disposition the worst, because you're laying down and you don't stand for anything. But this is your boy, the author. I'm signing out. Y'all have a great holiday, man. And there's more to come. I might entitle this Week Black. I'll figure out what I'm going to entitle it. But y'all take care, all right?